This dresser was buried in a pile of junk when I noticed it at the store. I instantly had a vision for it, so I left a deposit and was back the next day with a truck. I didn't keep the mirror as I saw this more as a hallway or entryway console than a bedroom dresser. I started with the full stripping routine. A coat of paint remover, lots of scraping, and a soapy bath with steel wool scrubbing. I took the casters off and soaked them in vinegar overnight. Then I started sanding. Worked my way from 150 through 180 grids, that was by hand, before ending with 220 on the machine. Some of the old finish had clumped up at the bottom of the legs, so I spent some time scraping that clean. After that, I got back to the casters for a thorough cleanup. I made sure they're fully dry before hitting them with some WD-40 just to prevent any flush rusting. Now I was back to sanding with some targeted action in the tricky corners that I couldn't reach in the first round. A small veneer piece chipped as I was sanding. At first I was tempted to ignore it, but I couldn't. It just happened at the most visible spot on the dresser top. I glued it back in, patched it up with some wood filler, and blended everything together with wax sticks to match the surrounding wood tone. For the rest of the dresser, the trims, legs, and drawer frames, I mixed a water-based stain with a touch of paint just to get that beautiful North Sea shade. The top and sides I left natural, only sealing them with clear poly soil, which is my go-to for invisible protection that lets the natural wood shine on its own. As for the drawers, that was a whole other story. The middle one had laminate veneer, which is basically plastic pretending to be wood. I only realized that after running the sander over it. So I went ahead and grabbed a sheet of oak veneer and applied it right over top. I toned that down with a semi-transparent coat of light brown stain, just enough to tie in everything together while the wood stays visible. I popped the casters and knobs back on. For the knobs, I decided to leave them completely untouched. Here I had the authentic, naturally earned patina, so why would I mess with that? And after all that big mess, here's what I ended up with. This piece was sold in Canada by the Bell Furniture Company sometime in the 1930s. It was designed in the Edwardian Revival style, which was common back then, a time when furniture was moving away from heavy Victorian forms toward lighter and more practical shapes. Casters were part of that practicality as it made it easy to move around smaller city homes. I had planned to sell this at first, but I have to admit having cold feet about letting it go so soon. If I do, how much do you think I should ask for?